Hi everyone. So today we're with Menghi. She's the owner and CEO of BEM Local, and we're going to be talking about category structure and why it needs to be optimized from a psychological point of view, from a maintenance point of view, and from the members' point of view, how many they need to select and how easy it is for them to select those options. So this is a good case where if we go to the member category section, we see um, you know a couple of a lot of categories. Okay, so with us is a Menghi, and she'll explain why she did it like that. So hi, Menghi.
Hi, how are you, Luis?
All good, positive, thinking positive, like you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. So this is a good question. I'm completely, so to say, newbie on this directory thing. And the first thing that came to my mind is general public will definitely appreciate more options to choose from. Or say, we have a directory that goes from A to Z. So I thought, okay, so A to Z, that means I'm gonna have like lots of categories because we never know who will be using the site. So that's why for right now, I have, like, you see the top level, it's 127. So
Okay, no worries, no worries. That's a common thing. A lot of people try to help many type of professionals or specific industries, and that's the case here. So you're trying to help and give an option to everybody that you have
mhm,
here. Okay,
yes.
the, that's good. From that point of view, it's good. The issue starts when they come here, and there's something in psychology called the paradox of choices or paradox of
Mhm.
choice. When you have too many choices, people tend to avoid picking any of them altogether because it's too many. They know that they're going to end up spending too much time picking up a category, which they'd rather just go on with their life and stuff.
Mhm.
So when this happens, normally I tell the BD owners or the business owners to there's several strategies that you can do here. You can either one, you can group them together by, for example, if we do a quick check on the type of categories, top categories that you have here, I see something related to food or restaurant here. I see something
Yeah.
related to food or restaurant here. I see literally
Mhm.
restaurants here. Um, let me see. I see something, uh,
Rip out.
yeah. Oh, rib house. There we go. So I see several that are related to food, specifically to food. Okay.
Yeah,
So you might be able to group them together.
yeah,
The other problem with the categories is if the case where somebody is able to pick two or more arises, then the whole structure of having it like a top level, sub level, and sub level will break, especially for
mm,
the top level. Why? Because by default on BD, you're only able to pick one top level category.
yeah.
Uh, uh, that doesn't impact you so much because you're a partner with us. So there is customizations that we can do there. There's something called the filtering options, which basically deals with people that are able to pick two or more options that can be um, related to each other in one way or another. And
Mhm.
basically, the filtering option simplifies this whole thing a lot, and it removes all the headaches that you have in cherry picking which ones stay and which one not. But these videos are meant for non-partners, mostly non-partners, because they don't have the option of um, either having us with partner as partners or the financial aspect of that, or they're starting out and they don't know what to do, all those things. So a lot of
Mhm.
people actually fall into this whole thing of having a lot of categories,
Sim.
subcategories. Like 768 would be it would be too much for somebody
Yeah,
to
I
yeah.
did a wonderful research on that. You cannot imagine. I spent time on this because really I wanted it to have like, yes, to get all the lines, so to say, sabe?
Yeah,
People
to
have.
accommodate for everybody. I know, because you're trying to do this from your heart. You're trying
Mm-hmm.
to offer all the possibilities for everybody, and you're thinking about everybody. But once they come here, the reality is that it gets very complicated. Because, for example, let me just tackle this one. Let's say that I am a steakhouse restaurant. I'm also a restaurant, and I'm
Uh-huh.
also a rib house. And what should
Uh-huh.
I do? You
Oh,
you just created one of the issues there. Let's say that
yeah.
I'm an
No.
event organizer, but
Uh-huh. The
I also sell cars.
uh-huh.
Okay, so
That's where, like, for example, so when the person, so we have like two points. One point of view from the general public, and
hmm,
the other point of view as the business point.
yeah,
Uh, to the business point, for example, he could be choosing, for example, even five, six, seven categories for
hmm,
his business.
yeah,
So that will do it. And for the point of view of the general public, when you sit down to look for something, you already have an idea of what you want, né? And when you come to Bem Local, the idea is, or you have, okay, I need a 24-hour service, for my roof, or I need a school for my kid, or
correct.
I need você entende? Então, I don't know what is the magic. What are you gonna do, really? I'm very curious, Liz, to
Okay.
know how you're gonna show me this, like, in a different, like, I cannot, tipo, right now. I
It,
understand that it's something that we need to do, but I don't know how it's gonna look like. Tipo, see if it's gonna have, like, yeah, it needs to be functional, né?
yeah.
Tipo,
So what I try to tackle it is from a point of view of the visitor. Okay, that's the
visit.
one that's going to
No,
be using this more. And then
yeah,
the second one is the actual member, which is the one that
the
the
business.
yeah, the business owner there. I
See.
don't add you into the equation
Uh-huh.
because I know it sounds horrible, but when you're analyzing a business site, you need to remove the admin, the owner of it. And there can
Uh-huh.
only be like Highlander. There can only be one. Well, in this case, there can only be two. The business owners, which are your direct members, and the
Mm-hmm.
visitors, which could be turned into potential clients for your business owners, for the actual
See.
members on the site. So those are
Yes.
the only two that I mostly tackle with, unless you have a staff and you need email notifications and you need to manage the members in a different way or something like that. But for the categories, those are the two that are going to be most of the time, 99.99% of the time, using the category structure. So
See.
for the visitor, it would be you need to think about mm, how can we make it so it's easy for them to search for the particular thing that they want to search in one or two clicks, no more. Because
No
if they gotta
more.
click so much, then for that, what customizations can be addressed here? So let me show you care.com. So let's go to care.com because they did a great job at
Uh-huh.
the type of structure that they offer here. So on care.com, very straightforward. They go directly to the point. You came here because you want to search for something here. They
See.
have them in this specific order because those are the specific things that people search for. And childcare is the first thing that people search for. Senior care, second one, in this site at least. Tutoring, housekeeping, and so on and so forth. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's the same approach that we would be doing for your site. Okay? It
Mm-hmm.
has to be like that because I need to make sure that the site helps your visitors, it matches better with your members, and in turn, it could potentially start generating revenue faster for you and not creating a headache for your members or visitors. Another
Yeah.
one is Yelp.com that we also being done with other sites. So they have these options here, okay? Because again, those are the most common or most searched for. It looks like
Yeah.
the U.S. has a lot of plumbing issues. That's basically what I'm saying. They have plumbing issues and then they're hungry. but this is mostly the things that um, uh, are more
And,
searched. Yeah, or it could be searched because that's not the only um, let's say parameter that we use for this. It could be also which one has the most members. It could be also which members have the most posts or more content, which ones are more active, which ones are more whatever you want. Here
mm-hmm.
it basically means which ones are more searched. That's what you get plumbers first. Here's related to my town. Here's we're in San Francisco. You get the businesses that get more either reviews, more views, more something in specific time frame. You can see here the time frame, and so on and so forth. So these are a lot of marketing strategies here that
Mm-hmm.
dynamically, not manually, dynamically adapt to the flow of the members of the traffic, which is
Very
everything.
interesting.
Yeah, all that is doable here. But with all that I'm saying there, all that blah blah,
Uh-huh.
is meant to lower the amount of categories that you have in the beginning,
See.
and then on the second level do the same thing, but obviously for 768 it's meant to do it in a little bit more broader level there because there's a lot of them. Okay, but
See.
here one thing that people should not be affected by is indecision. So when they come here, I'm looking for a restaurant, and they see, well, I'm looking for a restaurant that serves food. I mean, steaks, meat. They'll get confused the moment that they see this, and that other one here because they don't know which one to pick. And the visitor, the members too, but the visitor is the one that will get more have a more negative impact because they don't know where to go. Okay, wait. Why do they have it like this? What happens if my wife wants a rib and I want steak? Or what happens if she wants a rib and I want something else, like a soup or something?
See.
What happens if the same real estate agent also sells furniture because they're more or less related to each other? Or what happens if it's a real estate agent that's looking to address an open house? So you got an event organizer and a real estate agent and so on and so forth, or even including the fact that you might want to do car rentals for that event that you're doing for an open house that that also wants to sell furniture inside of it or something like that. I don't know. You need to, or that's my goal. Always
Mm-hmm.
offer the visitor and the members options, and they're the ones that decide how they should be related. You did it this way, and almost everybody does it this way because of the structure on how BD is done. In your
Mm-hmm.
specific case, we have to install the filtering options. So the filtering options will do the following. They will
Mm-hmm.
visually show some of these fields as top categories. People will believe they're top categories, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Inside of those, they'll see some of these options or all of them as options. But these
Mm-hmm.
options can behave as tags, keywords, anything else. But visually, people will see them as a top category or a subcategory. They won't know that they're basically keywords. They don't
Mm-hmm.
know that they can select, well, I'm a restaurant that has steaks and ribs and soup and fish and a whole bunch of other things, and they can use those to do a better match, a better filtering. That's where they call filtering options because they can behave like as a category, as a tag, as a keyword, help the search engine for matching everything at the same time. I
Mm-hmm.
know the filtering option name is it's wrong because it actually does more things, but one of the main reason why the filtering option idea of the plugin was created is to address this. So you can turn this into more easily digestible options. So a
Mm-hmm.
quick site that turn a lot of options into just a few of them. Actually, just okay. Well, here you see that you only have this here. But let me log out of this member and you'll see what I mean. So if we go to agent search, we get destination and travel type. Before these were merged. So now I'm able to filter. That's where the whole
Yep.
filtering idea came from. Let's say that I'm looking for a restaurant. I select restaurant, and the moment you select restaurant, this field could depend on the value of this one, or it could be totally
Mm-hmm.
independent of it could have other stuff. And once you do the search, you get your results. Another
Yeah.
idea, yeah, you gotta adapt that. I'm trying to show you the concept of how it works. Here's another one. So all this before I recall, I think it would there were a lot of categories here. I don't know how many, and they were grouped
Mm-hmm.
together into these options. And now people can say, well, I'm looking for a primary school that teaches English reading, also English writing. See, I can select multiple, let's call them top categories.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but this could be whatever. It could be whatever, however you want. It could be a keyword tag. And
Yeah.
I'm looking for English here and design technology. Yeah, the design technology. I want I don't know, digital technology or something. And if there's somebody that matches that, it will show. And this person, you just help the member be able to pick what they
Nailed.
want to be in as a category and what they're offering in a very easy, intuitive way.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see this here as again filtering options, keywords, tags, how you want to however you want to rephrase it, the public will see it like this. They swear these are primary categories, but there's just one filtering option that they can select from, but they look like categories. They behave like categories. And what's happening here is that you just turn 700 and 800 categories into something that's easily selectable. It doesn't pressure the member or the visitors into selecting so many of them. You can group them together in a better way. You don't have a super headache managing this. I mean, like, holy mother, look at that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and it's easy for you, and you can also do stuff like this. So for example, if we were to pick here education, okay, because here you have like okay, you have schools, beautiful, you have schools, and here you have inside schools you have kinder, primary, secondary, etc., etc., etc. And then probably because of the how the filtering options work, you can have subs of that one and subs of that one and so on and so forth, and they don't have to depend on the other one. Like in
Yeah.
this case, like in this particular case, where I show you this is primary school and secondary school, but you can literally pick what it would be a subcategory without picking the primary one. You can literally do
Mm-hmm.
that, and you can pick a sub, or you can pick any of them without being forced to pick the first one.
Uh-huh.
And that will
Yeah.
help you a lot because maybe they're looking for this one and that one with a specific type of teaching that
Mm-hmm.
by the
Yes.
amount
Going to
of
that structure is not possible. The
yeah,
way it's
exactly. It would turn into something really big when you get to the sub level one. So this gives you
changed.
a lot of flexibility. The only
That.
homework that you gotta do,
Mm.
and I'll provide you with a CSV file for this if you don't have it, is
See.
to crunch this into the as small as you can make it, and then we'll
Uh-huh.
grow it from there because that will be the base for the filtering options. So here,
Uh-huh.
coffee shops, you know a coffee shop is just a restaurant or a
Yes.
shop. If you want to
Yes.
put it into beauty salon, everything about beauty. There we go. Health or health, if you want to put it into
Yes.
that. And that this is health. See? So now there's a way of merging these two into one.
See. See.
Uh,
See.
this there could be a way of merging this with something else over there. But okay, here's health again, and here's me getting fat, and something about I don't know,
Oh,
home
no,
services or mhm.
gardening. Gardening stuff.
Yeah.
Home
So
service. Home service, no, because it could be any type. Gardening could be nature, something. I don't know. Tipo,
yeah,
I'm gonna.
exactly. But you decide how you want
Mm-hmm.
to do that. Now
See.
the filtering options brings a lot to the table. Okay. The other part of the equation is the type of audience that you have. So, for example, you just told me no, professional gardening can't be home because of this or that. That's based on your professional experience because of your type of audience, the type
Mm-hmm.
of audience that you're targeting. So it doesn't mean that I'll be right because that's why you're the owner. You'll tell me nope. it needs to be this way because this is the specific type of people that I'm targeting, or the type of
Mm-hmm.
businesses that I'm targeting. So that's good. You have to do it like that. But apart from that, you are able to group them together. Here's car rentals, car wash, car care, Transformers, Transformers 2 and 3 and 4, everything about
Mm.
cars. So that's the idea of simplifying this so then you
Yeah.
can dynamically and maybe using a strategy there, grow it later over time. And it'll save you a lot of maintenance time,
Awesome.
especially time, because remember, the idea of the partnership is for us to automate as much as possible for you so you
Yeah.
can literally focus on either adding new ideas to the platform or attending to your clients directly. Hmm.
Yes. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to talk to you about the category here. It's normal. A lot of people actually do this, but
This.
they learn after a year what bad things they did. And it turns into a headache. It is doable, but it turns into a headache when you want to start moving people from one category to a new structure or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. How many do you think like
My
fit?
recommendation is, yeah, I have like a rule. The rule doesn't adjust to every business.
Uh-huh.
But for the top level categories, 12 or less, or even you don't
Wow.
need top level category. If you use the filtering options, you don't need any of the categories. But if you still want to use the categories,
No, I don't.
then
I like this idea of not using categories and
okay,
using just a filter. And boy, this is fantastic. I think I like much better
okay. So then
because
it
the
could
way
be.
we will be working with keywords, as you mentioned, in one of those.
Yeah,
Um,
and the good thing about the keywords, well, it also applies to the subcategories, but it wouldn't depend on the top category. Is that
mhm,
users could come to you and say, "Hey, on the coffee shop, we're a vegan, pet-friendly coffee shop," and there's no category for that one. So you could add that as an option inside the filtering options in a very easy way, and you don't
uh-huh.
have to code, you don't have to add it here
Yeah,
and maintain it later, or it
awesome.
would not create like traffic for your organically speaking for the SEO.
Mm-hmm.
So you remove other issues that you would need to worry about here because
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure the moment that you index this, you'll get zero people. This is
Mm-hmm.
gonna get indexed, and if you go there on Google, I mean, it's gonna get indexed
Yeah.
on Google, and if Google sees this, they're gonna get this. Okay,
Mhm.
and it's bad for you. So
Totally.
if we're able to do it in a way that the filtering options only show you, which is by the way the way that it works here, it only
Mm-hmm.
shows you the options that actually have members. Like if
Mm-hmm.
nobody added other or technology or language, you would not see these options here at all. And if you
Mm-hmm.
go to primary school, or actually, let me go to technology. Maybe they didn't select. Okay, you see three there. Let me click here, other. Well, I think it, okay, I think everybody selected everything. Maybe there's something missing here. So in arts, if I search for arts, and I can see there's five there. If I click arts here, yeah, there's five there. But there might be some here that only show here, but don't show on the homepage because they nobody selected that option. So here's like on health, there's four. Um, Let me see. Just a quick. We got health, health, health. There's health. Yeah, like everybody's everywhere now. But before it had a chance, I would have been able to um, to show you one case. But I don't see like everybody just showing everything. So
Mm-hmm.
that's good. That's good for this site. So it's growing. I'm happy. But anyway, coming back to the categories, this is the homework that I'll leave with you. And for the filtering options, the categories actually turn into a filter option, as you saw on Wisemind. So if there will be an option that they can select what type of shop they are, or a health place, or a food place, or etc
Yeah.
etc etc, yeah, and then from there you can grow. But on the filtering options, you are not forced to have a dependency level like this. Like this one
Mm-hmm.
depends, I mean, kinder depends on school. You're not forced to
Yeah.
that. You could have it if you wanted to. That's what I'm saying.
No, no,
You have all the options that you want, with or without a dependency.
because
Okay.
this I completely, I'm totally on it. I'm gonna be doing this homework.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, and I agree totally with
Okay.
the way we are, heading,
Okay.
taking.
Beautiful. 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 Okay. So that's it. That's it for the video. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate that you giving me the time and the option of talking to you about these categories in your site.
Thank you very
So
much. Thank
okay.
you. Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. Big hugs to everybody. Love you all, and think positive.